Jaclyn the scammer, Jaclyn the liar, Jaclyn the hairy lipstick manufacturer. What's next? Jesus Christ, this is the second huge beauty influencer to lie about not being in an MLM scheme, yet promoting MLM products. Of all the MLMs in the world, Jaclyn had to go with the one founded by a child murderer. If you think Jaclyn had finally gotten her life together, boy oh boy were you wrong. Now before we get into this investigation, a selfless promo if I may. Your hairy lipsticks merch is now available. We've got hoodies, we've got t-shirts, we've got mugs, we've got stickers. Let's go check that out. I'll leave a link in my description. Jaclyn is shameless. Then again, she's not very good at researching products she promotes and sells. Throwback to these old suckers. So maybe she's clueless. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Like, I honestly wouldn't be shocked if she had no idea just how screwed up this particular MLM is that she's promoting. Like, come on guys, she didn't even know how her lipsticks are being made. She doesn't care what she promotes to y'all, she just wants the coin and a new Lambo. So what exactly did Jaclyn promote? Young Living Essential Oils, a $1.5 billion essential oils company, or in other words, a cult-like pyramid scheme. The market for essential oils overall is worth more than $5.1 billion, and it's expected to reach $25 billion by 2024. Young Living is right at the center of it. It has a network of farms all over the world, and its mission is to help consumers across the globe elevate their spirit, support their healthy habits, achieve whole life wellness, and create lasting abundance. So Jaclyn didn't just promote Young Living in her recent Instagram story. Oh no. She's promoted this multiple times before in the past. In August this year, she had shared her huge collection of Young Living essential oils on her Instagram stories. As we all know, Jaclyn always sells out from all the affiliates, disclosed or not disclosed, that she promotes on her Instagram stories. Like I said, this is probably just another cash grab, and because of the constant mentioning of Young Living and not many people knowing what it is, that's probably why she's promoting it for a second time today. So earlier today, she had actually tweeted about a problem she was having. Now, smart salespeople always say, find a problem that a customer needs solved and you'll always have customers. Totally agree with that statement, 100%, that's business. So Jaclyn had decided to tweet, OMG, my cramps are so bad. Today, I have literally been in bed all day with a heating pad and nothing is helping. I hate being a woman sometimes. Do you girls have any suggestions or remedies that help with severe cramps? And here she made a note of a common problem most women suffer with. Then hours later, she takes to her Instagram story to offer us all a solution. And here the sales pitch begins.
Hey guys, today has been one of those days that I'm like, we can just act like it never happened. We can completely forget it. It's a wash of a day. There was no purpose in even living today. I have one of those periods where it's like your cramps just make you hate everything. Like, just, you know what I'm talking about. Or maybe you don't. But like one of those periods you get every once in a while where it's so bad that your cramps just like have you in the fetal position and you're just like in tears. And it's just that bad. I'm like, oh, this has to be what childbirth feels like, you know? Dramatic. I know. I mean, like throwing up from it, broke some blood vessels in my face from how hard I was throwing up just because it was like that. I'm just one of those people that every once in a while I get periods like that. It's crazy. I didn't for like a couple of years and now they're back again. And my doctor's like, this is what happens. Welcome to womanhood. I'm like, thanks so much. Love you. But I got on Twitter and was discussing, you know, the cramp situation with my ladies. And I got so many great suggestions and remedies. And you guys, as people were tweeting me, I was like, oh my God, I forgot that me and Linda used to use essential oils for our cramps when we would have like really rough periods. And I texted her and I'm like, bitch, what do we use? And then I like started like going through my archives, you know, and figuring it out. You guys, I'm not kidding when I say I was trying everything. I was in the position in my bed with my heating pad and all the over-the-counter medication that you can take. And then I rubbed these oils on me with a heating pad. That combination, gone. Like, I'm not kidding. 5 minutes and my cramps were gone. So if it worked for me, I'm going to let you guys know what it is. So hopefully it works for the other ladies out there who deal with really bad menstrual cramps. I mean, like, my day was a wash. I canceled everything. I've just been in bed all day long and my cramps are finally gone. So let me share with you what those oils were.
She then said, "For those asking, no, I don't sell Young Living oils. I just use them because I own like 150 bottles from them. You can use any brand you find suitable for you, but I'm not part of an MLM and never have been." So why are you promoting one? Oh! Now, Jaclyn ain't the only big beauty guru on the planet to promote Young Living. Oh, no. We mentioned a while ago Nikki Tutorial's cult-like ties to Young Living. A lot of the top comments under her video about Young Living looked something like this. "Oh god, Nikki fell for an MLM. Someone please educate her. Her mum works for them. Eek." Now, I was so devastated when I saw that Nikki was promoting MLM schemes. Like, we were all rooting for you, Nikki. I wonder how much these gurus get paid as well to subtly promote Young Living. Like, the company is worth $1 billion. These gurus could probably retire on whatever Young Living paid them under the table. Yes, we love a guru who sells themselves short, not? And Nikki never really addressed the allegations and continued on with life like nothing had ever happened, similar to what Jaclyn's currently doing. So here's a history of the Young Living founder Gary Young, for those of you who don't know. He died in 2018 from cancer, but he led a life full of illegal and immoral activities in a relatively short space of time. Some of these illegal activities involved infanticide, threatening people with axes, tons of fraud, including claiming essential oils could cure Ebola, and physical abuse of children. Gary was born in 1950 in Salmon, Idaho. He also went to and graduated from Challis High School in Challis, Idaho. He seemed to have graduated high school at age 17, as he earned his diploma before moving to British Columbia at age 17 to work in logging and ranching. He claims to have gotten severely injured in 1974 at the age of 24 while logging. He says that he was initially paralyzed for life, but saved by an essential oil cure. In 1980, he very briefly studied therapeutic massage. He later claimed to have graduated from there until he was found lying, and he said that he never got a diploma due to a typological error of some sort. According to the institute's founder, where he studied therapeutic massage, Gary basically didn't do anything there and never repaid his tuition fees. In 1981, he opened a clinic in Spokane, Washington, using his degree, which was non-existent. Gary was arrested for practicing medicine without a license, but only spent 30 days in prison with a year probation. Then in 1982, Gary talked his wife into giving birth in a hot tub at his clinic. He then held the baby underwater for an hour until she died. The coroner said she died from oxygen deprivation and would have lived if he had not held her underwater. In 1983, he was asked by an undercover cop about performing an underwater birth. Gary immediately offered an underwater birth, as well as other prenatal care, and he claimed he could cure the cop's mum's cancer. Again, Gary was arrested for practicing medicine without a license, but only spent 60 days in prison with a year probation. In 1985, he apparently earned a master's degree in nutrition and later went on to earn a doctorate in naturopathy. Turns out that the university he went to was a company selling fake diplomas. In 1986, he opened up a clinic in Mexico using his pretend degree. He scammed people out of large sums of money by claiming that he could bring a patient into remission if stayed for 3 weeks in the clinic and shout out $6,000. He could cure it if they paid $10,000. The clinic was found out to be a scam after an LA Times reporter sent the blood of a healthy cat to the clinic to be tested for $60. The reporter was told that the blood had evidence of aggressive cancer and liver problems. There was no testing done to even show it was not human blood. The reporter was suggested to do the detoxification program at the clinic, which would cost $2,000 a week. She was also suggested a home program for about $490 that involved vitamins and supplements. Later in 1993, Gary was arrested in Fife, Washington for unlicensed medical practice. Also in 1993, he was fired from Young Living following his arrest and misrepresentation as a medical professional, as well as misuse of company funds and erratic behaviours. 2 days after his firing, he went to the Young Living office and apparently tried to enter the locked office by hitting the door with an axe. Afterwards, he pushed his wife down the stairs and threatened his own son and a Young Living employee with an axe. He had to be escorted out by police, and all the victims got restraining orders against him. In court in 1996, his kids revealed that he was physically abusive towards them. His own mother said he had not only abused his own children, but emotionally and mentally abused her as well. In the year 2000, he came up with raindrop therapy, which is where unsafe amounts of 2 oil blends, 2 massage oils, and 7 essential oils are applied to the skin. He claims that this treats scoliosis and is detoxifying. Later in 2000, a Young Living distiller exploded and killed a worker. The FDA wrote them a warning letter telling them to not claim that essential oils will cure diseases. authors. This was followed by a second, third, and fourth letter. Then in 2005, a woman alleges that her time at the Young Life Research Clinic led to her kidney failure. She had had no kidney issues before her time at the clinic and claimed that Gary Young's treatments nearly caused her death. He also ran off and closed the clinic for good in 2005 in the middle of the day whilst checking on clients. In 2015, Young Living supplements were tested to see if they contained lead, and 8 of the Young Living supplements were found to have extremely high levels of lead. Once again, are we really surprised Jaclyn Hill is promoting this to her fans? Oh yeah, she swears by it, darling. To top it all off, in 2016, 94% of the 2 million active Young Living members made less than $1. So when Jaclyn, Nikki, and any other favourite guru of yours goes off and raves about Young Living, just remember the history behind this scheming company, and know that if you support them, you've support everything they've done. And everyone never lived happily ever after. The end.